Did you hear about this story? Idaho executive Joe Rickley Hunley made headlines this week when he allegedly used a racial slur and then he slapped a crying toddler on a Delta Airlines flight. Hunley was charged with assault and released on a $10,000 bond. Aside from his legal troubles, he also lost his job. But the incident happened on his personal time. So does the employer have the right to fire him? Let's ask Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, this obviously is a case where he can be fired.
Well,
correct?
Sure. The short answer to this is yes, the employer has the right to fire him. Excuse me, but his employment relationship is governed by a contract with his employer if he has one. If he doesn't have one, then it's governed by the law. And the law says without a contract, he's an at-will employee. So the employer can fire him for any reason that doesn't violate public policy. Can't fire him because of his age or his race or his gender or his beliefs. But you can fire him for being a jerk. You can fire him for being rude. You can fire him for bringing disrepute to his company. And you can fire him for slapping a baby and for using the N-word. Without question, you can fire him for that.
So it seems so obvious that if he doesn't have a contract, obviously the private company can do whatever they want to do with him. If he did have a contract, does it change anything?
Well, the contract would then govern the circumstances under which he could be fired. Now, I haven't seen his contract because it's not available to us. It's unlikely that this kind of non-workplace behavior would be insulated. That is, he could do whatever he wants out of the workplace and still enjoy his job, meaning the contract probably gives his bosses some leeway. The typical executive contract, and think of any CEO, Lloyd Blankfein at Goldman Sachs, would allow his bosses, the board of directors, to fire him for some behavior that brings disrepute to the company, some behavior unbecoming the CEO of a company. I'm going to guess that if this character in Idaho has a similar contract, there's similar language in there, and that's the wiggle room that his bosses have had.
But let me ask you this quickly, because we live in a litigious society. Would this guy, if he's fired, which he has been, would he have any kind of a case to try and get his job back?
Probably not. Even if he's acquitted of the charge of using the N-word, well, actually, he's not charged with using the N-word. That's not against the law. Even if he's acquitted of the assault, he can still be fired because of behavior that caused disrepute to the company. Not only can he not sue successfully to get the job back, he can be sued for psychological injury to the child as a result of this awful public display.
All right, Judge
It's
Andrew
terrible
Napolitano.
when these things happen.
It is a terrible story, but thanks for breaking it down for us.
Of course.
Have a great day.
You too, my dear.
Thanks.